Welcome to another session of Endless Space 2. And I was so rudely interrupted by the creators there. My name is Mats, and this is the final part of my Hissho playthrough on Endless difficulty. And in this part, as customary, we quickly explain, or I quickly recap all the important parts of our strategy. Now, the start of the Hissho is in many ways critical. It's kind of the point where you're a bit weakest, because you can't colonize like other factions do because of K. K means that colonization is extremely costly, it reduces your happiness a ton. What you instead have to do is build up your main system and build some fleets. And that's what we did. We tried to improve our main system in the easiest way possible, making it a really powerful industrial home for us. We could employ firstly the behemoth we started with, which may or may not have been this one, I'm just mousing over behemoth. To mine a bit, get us some extra fids, but the most important thing was that we identified we have a lot of fertile planets and temperate planets, meaning we could make good use out of the two most powerful early game upgrades, industrial infrastructure and public-private partnerships. Whenever you can maximize these upgrades, it's amazing, as the House Budgie agrees. So we used those, really improved our main system a lot. And in general, you want to focus on getting the system up quite quickly, really improving it, and making sure that it can act as a powerful economic base for the rest of your game. And that's part of all the reasons why I decided to improve it even more with both of these food upgrades. And, I mean, you could have gotten these upgrades, but I don't think they're that good anyways. So, having picked up those food upgrades, we built our initial fleets. And it was quite a long journey for us to be able to attack Pink here, on these systems, but we eventually managed to do that. Now, we gradually claimed territories here, and that helped bolster our economy in addition to our main system. But just gathering systems alone wasn't enough for us to win. Instead, we had to strengthen our economy of our main system even more. And really, this is a big part of the strategy of the Hissho. You want to bolster your main system. That's most of your middle to early game strategy. In addition to attacking, because that's how you colonize. It's sort of like a dual approach. You strengthen your economy up, like very aggressively, while at the same time pushing against other factions to claim your territory. And obviously those go hand in hand. Now, because we're not colonizing, we have all this dead space around our system, even now. And that really helped us make use of these economic behemoths. We added probes and put probes on planets. Always remember to put probes on planets free at a time. When you use probes, you get resource recoverers bonuses on your main system. So you're kind of getting double value out of probes. And also using probes, we could pick up valuable strategics that we didn't have access to. So probes, mining probe behemoths really helped us cement our economic advantage in the middle game. And it helped us pick up these strategics, which we otherwise wouldn't get. I remember in the other game we went for these neutron stars. We did that here as well, but not as much, partly because we don't have... other factions would have colonized these systems and gotten at the resources in a normal way by exploiting them. But we don't colonize systems, so we use the economic behemoths to compensate for that and pick up these resources anyway. So having picked up these resources and Fidzi for our main system, we really cemented our main system as a powerhouse economically, and that let us transition into the later stage of the game. Now, once we got there, there's some key technologies which helped us control the rest of the game. Obviously, I forgot to mention, we always pick up impactless sites for picking up lots of heroes. It's our middle game dust advantage. And that's a good way for us to pick up a lot of governors for new systems. But we could also pick up new heroes by completing quests like deeds like this one. So those are all the things pertinent to the middle and end game. But like in the end game, we wanted middle game and early game, I meant. In the end game, we had to control the other strongest player, and two big things helped us do that. The first is these liquid composites helped us build very powerful warships in these carriers. And when we combine that with this upgrade, the integrated theaters, we could build 4 carrier ship fleets. And those are really powerful, and those let us win any endgame fight we were interested in fighting. And then the other big thing is the obliterator technology. We also got a Juggernaut to try it out because Juggernauts are cool. But really the obliterators are the stars of the end game behemoth usage. We can do things like fire a missile on a system like so. And that really helps set up ourselves to really bully our rivals out of the game. So at some point we were very close with Orange in score. But we just knocked Orange down a couple of pegs by nuking these systems with obliterators. So our fleet superiority combined with our obliterators, barraging the enemy systems, let me cripple these systems while also slowly invading them. Invasion tends to be a bit slower and obliterators are more effective but less sustained. So in some ways they work really well together. You can use your fleets to protect your systems while just sitting back and firing obliterators. If you invade their systems with your fleets, you can scout for your obliterators, etc. So obliterators were really combined with our high tier fleets what helped us control the game. And at that point we basically locked it up. There was no way we were going to lose. And to close out the game in terms of actually winning it, I tried to go for supremacy, but it turned out the easiest thing to do was just to pick up a science victory. How do we do this? We again strengthened our home system, but especially we picked up percentage-wise increases in science. F Reality Institute gives you 40% increased science in the system. That's huge if you already have a big science system, like our main system, which is producing a ton of science, as you can see per turn. So F Reality Institute is something you should always get, an amazing upgrade. But because we were at war with a lot of factions, and because we had such a strong grip on the game, we could afford to be at war with a ton of factions. And once you're at war with a ton of factions, you can really get a huge payoff in battlefield archaeology, which gives you 20% bonus science per empire war. And if you're at war with most factions, that's even stronger than F Reality Institute. So picking this up really catapulted our science and on our main system and on other systems, allowed us to pick up this Genius of the Endless, and after that it was relatively easy to pick up the rest of the science victory conditions. Again, we go this order: Genius of the Endless, then we pick up Wealth of the Endless, and then we pick up Power of the Endless, and then we pick up Might of the Endless. And we do that because Genius of the Endless improves our science the most. Then we pick up Wealth of the Endless, which improves our FIDS and trade the most. And then the last one, we pick up Power of the Endless, which improves our influence and FIDS a little bit. And finally, we pick up Might of the Endless, which doesn't improve our FIDS. And doing this, we get the whole stack out way faster. So we managed to win the game within 130 turns, which is really good considering we didn't do a supremacy victory. And also considering we didn't... we didn't do a what was it called again? We didn't do a expansion victory, conquest victory. By picking up, we would have been able to pick it up. We have 28 planets here, right? But I disabled it partly by accident, but also, as it turns out, it's not something we needed to do. We could have won faster, but what really matters is we had this military control of the game using the powerful obliterators, using our powerful fleets, which we got by our general economic and science advantages, and then we just, at our own pace, won the game for science victory. So the strategy was really quite clear and elegant for the end of the game, and there was never a point where once we had control of the game with these obliterators, we were ever at any risk of losing the game. So I hope you learned something with this playthrough, and I hope you enjoyed it as much as I did. And I hope this overview helped you sort of understand the general strategy that we employed, or that I employed in this playthrough. Again, it's sort of a different setup than our last game with the Riftborn. We were sort of building up an economy, but we weren't such a military powerhouse that we could just control the other players, so we tried to rush out as fast as we could have won the victory. In this case, we could take a more controlling role because we're that far ahead. In other games, we might have to make an alliance because we're quite a bit behind and try and win with our alliance. So really, the type of victory you go for depends a lot on how the game is going. But because the Hissho are so powerful, we got to really do this controlling approach. So I hope you enjoyed, and again, I hope you like this kind of strategic content. Let me know in the comments.